Rambam. We are in the first book. We're in the laws of. We begin today. The laws of personal development. That's what we're going to start today. Tim, you let people in. Thanks. Okay. So they include this 611 mitzvahs, 5 positive and 6 negative, to imitate the ways of God, to cling to those who know Him, the sages, to love others, to love converts, not to hate one's fellow Jews, to admonish wrongdoer, not to shame, not to oppress the unfortunate, not to gossip, not to take revenge, not to bear a grudge. These mitzvahs are explained in the following chapters. Each and every man means men and women, of course, possesses many character traits. Each trait is very different and distinct from the other. One type of man is wrathful, he's constantly angry. In contrast, there is the calm individual who is never moved to anger, or at all. He will be or if at all, he'll be slightly angry. Perhaps one period of several years. Whoa. Right? Sorry. There's a prideful man, and the one who is exceptionally humble. There's a man ruled by appetites. He will never be satisfied from pursuing his desires. And conversely, the very pure of heart, who does not desire even the little that the body needs. There's a greedy man who cannot satisfy with all the money in the world. As it states, the lover of money never has his fill of money. In contrast, there is a man who puts a check on himself. He is satisfied with even a little, which is not enough for his needs, and he does not bother to pursue and attain what he lacks. There is the miser who torments himself with hunger, gathering his possessions close to himself. Whenever he spends a penny on his own, he does so with great pain. Conversely, there is a spendthrift who consciously wastes his entire fortune. All other traits follow the same pattern of contrast. For example, the overly elated and depressed, the stingy and the free-handed, cruel and the soft-hearted, the coward and the rash, and the like. Between each trait and the contrasting trait at the other extreme, there are intermediate points, each distant from the other. With regard to all traits, a man has some from the beginning of his conception in accordance with his bodily nature. Some are appropriate to the person's nature and will therefore be acquired more easily than other traits. Some traits he does not have from birth. He may have learned them from others or turned them on his own. This may have come as a result of his own thoughts or because he heard that this is a proper trait for him which he ought to attain. Therefore, he accustomed himself until it became a part of himself. The two extremes of each trait, which are a distance from one another, do not reflect the proper path. It is not fitting that a man should behave in accordance with these extremes, or teach them to himself. If he finds that his nature leans towards one extreme, or adapts itself easily to it, or he has learned one of the extremes and acts accordingly, he should bring himself back to what is proper and walk in the path of the good men. This is the straight path. The straight path, which involves Discovering the midpoint temperament of each and every trait that a man possesses within his personality. This refers to the trait which is equidistant from either of the extremes without being close to either of them. Therefore, our sages instructed man to evaluate his traits, to calculate them and direct them along the middle path, so he would be sound of body. For example, he should not be wrathful, easily angered, nor should he be like the dead without feeling. Rather, he should adopt intermediate course. He should display anger only when the matter is serious enough to warrant it. It's a display anger, not be angered, right? In order to prevent the matter from reoccurring, right? Similarly, he should not desire anything other than that which the body needs and cannot exist without it. The righteous man eats to satisfy his soul. Also, he should not labor in his business except to gain what he needs for immediate use. As it states, a little is good for the righteous man. He should not be overly stingy, nor spend his money so don't be overly stingy, nor spend money, nor spread his money about, but he should give charity according to his capacity and lend to the needy as fitting. He should not be overly elated and laugh excessively, nor should he be depressed in spirit. Rather, he should be quietly happy at all times with a friendly countenance. The same applies with regard to the other traits. The path is the path of the wise. Every man whose traits are intermediate and equally balanced can be called a wise man. Okay, gotta stop here.